Good afternoon. This is Tom here, and welcome to my layout update. Today I was working on the signals for JMRI, and I had to drill some holes in the layout, and you can see those two straws there. There's two signals going there, and those straws helped us, the wires go through the layout a lot easier. Then we come down here, two more signals are going there, and we got over there by the electrical station two more signals, and then there's one signal, but that's going to get changed out to a 3 light signal. Currently it's only a 2, a red and green LED, and then barely see that little white spot there. That's another straw tube, and the signal goes there for the outside track. And then on the main layout I had signals going both directions, and since I only run the trains in one direction, I removed all of them. They're going to be moved over to this layout, and I left the ones facing the direction which way the train's going. I got a little landscaping to do where the hole was, and I come down here, and that signal right there is getting moved to that straw that's behind that post office building. And the reason why I'm moving it is because they're going to be right before the block segment starts, and that way JMRI will be able to control all the signals, and then the trains will know what's going on with the signaling. And right now I'm working on the dwarf lights. I got to figure out how I'm going to get them to work with the turnouts. You can see there I had to isolate that track, and I had to isolate it there, and there was another place that I had to do some isolation. I can't remember where. Oh, and here on this main line, and then this line here that comes all the way around and goes there, across the bridge, around the town, and then down to here. They're two separate blocks, and what was going on was when a train was in this block, the block on the main line over here by this railroad crossing would light up. So I had to isolate this turnout, and I'm going to have to isolate it even further to make it its own block to allow JMRI to add multiple signals for the turnouts. And like I have a dwarf signal here that's for the main line that shows what direction the switch is. And then up on the spur here, there's a dwarf light, and that tells the spur what the direction the dwarf light's set up. And a lot of other dwarf lights I have for my other turnouts. Some of the dwarf lights in the yard, as you can see, they're two-headed, going both directions, let the yard know which way the turnouts are. And I got one down here, and then there's going to be one to the left of that tube for the main line switch that's there, and the switch that's the first one in the ladder. And that way I have I'll show you the signal on my bench. My bench is a mess today, but this is the two-headed signal that I'm going to be adding there, and you can see lots of wires. So what I was doing on the bench is setting up the light-its from NCE, and there's those signals that I took out of the main layout, and I'm moving it over to my new section. And I had an light-it on a test, and soldered the wires onto it, and have those LEDs there to test with, and we get that out of the way. But still a little struggling with how I'm going to get the turnouts to feed back to JMRI when the turnouts turn, and it turns those signals to the right color. The light-its, I think they told me that that'll work with that, so we'll see, and then I'll let you all know what's going on with that. And then I found I have an AIOU. I have two AIU-01s that the BD20s hook up to, and for some reason the first three runs into the yard, well, the ladder, and then where that caboose is, and then the one next to the caboose on the AIU-01 that the BD20s for them tracks are hooked up to. The AIU-01, the lights are lit up as if there's something occupied in that block, and there's nothing occupied in that block. I just put those cars there this afternoon to get them out of the way where they were when I was drilling holes, and I don't understand it. And I talked to NCE, and they said that the BD20s are very sensitive, and so I looked at my wiring, and I thought it was near a bus line where those two trains are sitting, and when that's running, they might be sending electronic signals through. And I found one that was looped around one of the bus lines for this one track here, but removing it and moving it around didn't make any difference. But the strangest thing is that on JMRI panel, it doesn't show that they're occupied. As soon as I put an engine in there or a caboose with my lights on it, then it lights up and it's active. So, and it's not the AIU-01, because I moved the wire from one of the outputs that it was in to another one that wasn't being used on the AIU-01, and it lit up as soon as I plugged it into there. So it's there's something with where maybe I have the BD20s too close together, because all four of these tracks are real close together. But the strangest thing is there's nothing in these sidings right now, and there's no BD20s. Well, the nearest BD20 for this is in this area where those straws are, and over there on the other side, that's another block there on the other side of that train station. So I don't know. It's been, trying to get this all figured out. It's interesting to try and determine what's going on. But if anybody knows anything, make a comment down below and let me know. But everybody, have a great day. I'm on vacation this week, so I have been having a lot of time to play around with getting this stuff straightened out. And I got some yard work to do. Wait until the weekend. I got a long weekend with the holiday coming up on Monday, so it's a nice long vacation I got here. So I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody and hope everybody's well, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.